Okay, the next problem that we're gonna do is problem number 5 on page 44. The problem states Isabel invested $8,000, part at 9% interest. So one part she invested at 9% interest, and another part she invested at 4% interest, the remainder of that $8,000. After 1 year, so in 1 year, she earns from her interest $420 in interest. The problem is asking us how much did she invest at each rate. Now, we know that she invested some money at 9% rate and some money at 4%. So let's call this one X and this one Y. Now, since they're both parts of that $8,000, then I can set up my first equation, which is X plus Y equals 8,000. Now let's take a look at the interest. What does it mean for Isabel to earn $420 in interest? Or what does it mean to have a 9% interest rate? If I would give you $100 and I would tell you that you were going to earn 10% interest on it, that's how much money you would make on top of your $100. How would you write that? Well, 10% can be written as decimals, 0.10. And I'm going to earn 10% of that amount. So I'm going to multiply to the $100, which means I'm going to make $10 in interest. Well, that's exactly what Isabel did. She invested the X amount of dollars at 9% interest. How can we write that? Well, it's 0.09 times X. And the Y amount of money, she invested it at 4% interest, which can be represented by 0.04 times Y. And in total, she's earned $420. Now we have our two equations. Just like we learned in our mixture problem, we're going to try and convert the decimals into integers by multiplying that second equation by 100. So the second equation will become 9x plus 4y equals 42,000. And then I'm going to write down our first equation, the blue one. I'm just going to copy down. It's x plus y equals 8,000. Now you have your choice to solve by substitution or elimination. I personally prefer elimination because I get rid of a variable right away. Now, the first question that we asked ourselves was, do the x or y variables have the same coefficients? In this example, they do not. I will have to manipulate one of the equations or both of them to get the x's or the y's to have both coefficients. Let's eliminate the x. In that case, we're going to multiply that second equation by 9, and it will become 9x plus 9y equals 72,000. And then I'm going to copy that first equation back here. It's 9x plus 4y equals 42,000. Since the x's have the same coefficient and also the same sign, I am subtracting that second equation from the first one, and the first terms are eliminated, and I am left with 9y minus 4y equals 72,000 minus 42,000. 5y equals 30,000. Y equals $6,000. I can already notice that she's invested a lot more money at 4% interest. So from here, I can find out my x, which is 8,000 minus 6,000 or $2,000. So you can write your therefore statement. Therefore, Isabel invested $2,000 at 9% interest and $6,000 at 4% interest and earned after 1 year a total of $420 in interest paid.